How do I look?
Is it your first podcast?
No, I've done a couple.
You did a couple?
Yeah,
Which
it's
one?
just, but I didn't like through Zoom.
Oh, Zoom?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Is this
yeah,
your first one, like in person?
yeah,
Oh, okay, cool. Then I feel good about it.
yeah.
Damn, I didn't even do the intro. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Campbell's Podcast. My brother's not here today, so it's just me. But today's guest is a very special guest. Her name is
Carla,
Karla. Where are you from?
I'm from Calexico.
Calexico. That's the town. Well, thank you for coming. I know we planned it a while, and I found the perfect date. And how do you like Phoenix so far?
The traffic is horrible.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna be that bad, but I guess it's a big city. You know, I've never been to Phoenix, but yeah, it was something else. I
You
think.
can move your mic
Yeah.
closer. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think it was like 15 miles away, and it was 50 minutes. So
That's not
just
bad.
that. No, I think it's horrible.
Yeah. The one thing that I don't like about Phoenix is the traffic. The traffic is one of the things I hate the most. But obviously, there's traffic everywhere. But in the morning, because I got a new job and it's further downtown Phoenix, and I never go through the freeway in the mornings like that. And I remember my first day. It was my first day, and I woke up late, and I was like, oh, let me check the time, and it said I was like 20 minutes away. And I'm like chilling, you know. But I woke up like running. I slid down. I was like, I'm late, babe. I'm late on my first day because it's been a while since I've waking up in the morning. But when I go in the morning now to that job, it's a bunch of traffic, a bunch of traffic. It's a 20-minute place to get there. It took me like 40 minutes, almost an hour to get there. And I got there right in the dot when I my first day to clock in. But yeah, just the traffic is what I don't like. That's
Yeah.
just the annoying part.
I mean, we're from Calexico, so
Yeah.
you know there's no traffic there.
Yeah.
And then Yuma, I mean, I live there, I work there, and there's no traffic either. So when I would go to like San Diego or LA, is you know it's expected.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect it here in Phoenix.
Yeah, it's one of the when I first moved here. I first moved here in 2018. I was living in Calexico in the valley. I was born and raised. I was there for pretty much my whole life. I've been there, and I moved here because I had to get a job. I had my kid, and my kid he was born about a couple weeks after my accident too that I had in Calexico. I mean in the valley, and I got laid off in my job that I had just graduated from welding school. So it was my first job, you know, as a welder. And I got in a car accident. I didn't work for like a month and a half, almost 2 months. I went back to work, but I couldn't lift anything heavy. So I was kind of struggling to work there. And after like a week or so, they laid me off. And my son was just born. And me being a young dad, I was like, well, I have to get a job, you know, I have to
Yeah.
start working. So I moved over here in 2018. A buddy of mine told me to come work over here, and I did. I packed my shit the next day and just came straight over here. And I've been here since then. And do I miss the valley? I miss the food. I miss like those like Gucci's, Johnny's burritos. What else? Like
Mexicali.
all Mexicali tacos, like all that stuff. I do miss. But the valley, like just in general, I don't. I'm happy here.
Yeah.
I had to make it a home. I've been here for 6 years, and the one thing that I regret is leaving my son, but it's just a sacrifice that I had to make so I can just afford my living. And I've been here for 6 years, and I love it. I love Phoenix. It's a lot of things to do here. That's like I mentioned earlier. There's a bunch of clubs, restaurants, things to see. I like Arizona. There's a lot to do here, but even my girl likes it here, and we still haven't experienced everything like with her, but little by little, I'm taking her to like different places, and she likes it.
That's cool. I mean, I know I grew up in Mexicali, you know, and then I moved to Calexico, and then I went to Yuma for work, and even like that small move, Yuma is only an hour away from
Yeah.
Calexico, but just that small move, it was like so good, you know, for me. I think people just need to get out of the valley, you know,
Yeah.
because if you stay there, it's like you're stuck. There's no jobs, you know, there's nothing there. But once you get out of there, like you have all these new opportunities for you to grow. It's really cool.
Yeah, and you're right too, because I mean, our parents, How old are your parents, by the way? If you don't mind me asking.
How old is she?
Your parents, yeah.
My mom is 56, I think.
56.
I think. And my dad, he passed away 4 years
Oh,
ago.
sorry.
So, but he was like 54, 55.
Yeah, my dad is 48. I think my mom's like 46. They're young, and like our parents' generation, they're comfortable already in the valley. So they made
Yeah.
it their home. My parents know everybody. Like we go off to like to Costco or Walmart, and they see friends from like their childhood, and that's how it is when I go down there too. Like I'll meet up with some friends and I'll run into them here and there. But for like us, like our generation, what class did you graduate from Calexico?
2014.
14? Oh, I'm 15.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
15?
I'm 15.
You're younger than me.
How old are you?
I'm 28,
When's your birthday?
June.
I'm February, so I'm older. No, so like our generation, I think that was a generation that they had to move out. Like our parents are stuck, not stuck there, but like they're comfortable there and they just want to live life there. And my brothers and my little sister, like they're silly. That younger generation, that's like the new generation coming up, you know. But for like us, I feel like we all had to just leave. And if you get stuck there, I mean, you just get comfortable. And even she has something like similar to like my story. You just had to get out of there. You know, if I want to grow personally, mentally, I had to leave the valley. And I had an accident too. So much that happened. I didn't feel like that was my home anymore. I felt like I had just had to do my own thing. Even my dad told me, he's like vete de aquí, like go live your life, like do something. And I did, and I came here, and I love it, you know. And it's I don't regret it. The only thing I do regret is just the things that I did in the past for like my son to be over there, you know. But things happen for a reason. My son is still young, like he's 6. So him being young, he doesn't know what's going on. So the time I don't have him is my grind time, like the time that I have to work, you know, fix my mental health, get in shape, you know, grow here, experience, you know, growing up. So it's like he's not gonna see all that what I go through. But when he's older, I'm gonna tell him like how to live your life the right way or what I recommend to do, you know?
Yeah.
And you're right, like it just you have to get out the valley and you have to know somebody to get a job there. And I had to struggle through that too. All the jobs I had because I knew somebody. But over here it was just on my own looking for my own thing.
Yeah.
And but how do you feel that you're away from the valley? Like what do you go through like your day-to-day basis?
Well, honestly, I loved being in Yuma. I loved my new life there, the new people. You know, nobody knows you. I love being there. But now, because I'm gonna have my surgery, I moved into Calexico with my brother, so he's gonna be helping me recover and do all that. But as soon as I'm good, I'm gonna go back to Yuma. I plan on moving back and living there for a while at least, uh, up until like in the future when I want to do something else. I do want to move like up north.
Yeah.
So that's my plan. But yeah, I mean, I like Yuma. I recommend people to go to Yuma. It's not the biggest city, but it's good. You know,
Yeah.
it has opportunities, it has jobs.
Gas is cheap.
Gas is cheaper. It's at $2.99. My sister, she's a teacher, and she, for the longest time, she lived in Calexico, and she used to commute every day to Yuma because that's the only place where she could find a job.
Yeah.
And then she finally moved to Yuma because she was tired of driving. So, I mean, it has a lot of opportunities, you know, and now she's good living in Yuma, working in Yuma. So, I mean, Yuma is a good place to start, I think.
What's your dream home, like the dream place that I'm gonna retire, I'm gonna live here, enjoy life?
Oof. I want to go probably Montana.
Montana.
Yeah, I never been, but I just imagine, you know, a big ranch with cows and dogs, you know, and hopefully it's cheap. I never looked at the prices or anything, so hopefully I don't honestly I don't care where, but I just want to own some land because I love animals. I want to have animals, cows, you know, a horse
Like a young
maybe.
rancho and stuff like that.
Yeah. So honestly, I don't know where, but maybe.
That's good. Have you ever traveled anywhere far?
Mm, not really. I mean, like I said, I used to live in North Carolina,
Oh
but
yeah.
that's like,
Was that for just for a couple months or?
I lived there for like 2 years, I think.
Oh, okay.
I used to be married.
What?
And then he was stationed in North Carolina, and then
Mm-hmm.
I moved there. And then, we would go like places near North Carolina, like we would go to New York, Virginia, and like those
Mm-hmm.
places. But I think that's the furthest that I've like driven,
Mm.
because when he got out, we drove back to we drove back to Yuma, so it was a
Damn.
long drive.
Are you still married?
No,
No. Oh, okay.
no,
So you're just living life.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you said your surgery's coming up.
Yes, I have a surgery in November 12th for my
Um.
leg.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that's the last surgery that I'm gonna ever gonna get.
Mm-hmm. If you don't mind me asking, what's your surgery about?
Yeah, so when I had my accident,
Mm-hmm.
I broke uh, I broke many things, right? But this leg was really bad
Mm-hmm.
that they couldn't salvage the bone.
Mm-hmm.
So I was missing like this, like this much. So the doctors put something called bone cement to
Mm-hmm.
like kind of keep it together, and I think the bone cement has like antibiotics or something to prevent any infections.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I'm better, they're gonna remove the cement,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just gonna replace. I have a nail, and they're gonna replace the nail, and they're gonna take bone graft from my right. She said from my right, like my right leg somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna put it in here, so it just like that it's just bone, so like it can heal and it's just bone, no nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's what they're gonna do.
Okay. That's I never had surgery before, and I was always scared. Thank God I haven't broken any bones, but there's been times that like there's situations like, damn, did I break my bone or something? And it was just a fracture that I did or just a sprain. But um, I mean, when I went through my accident, I had like a bruise in my right brain. I had cuts all over my arms, but nothing else. It was just thank God nothing else happened.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad, but I mean, it's just a story that I always talked about to people, and I explained it in the other couple episodes. I had an accident, and my friend was in the car with me. I don't know, her name's Daisha.
Who?
Daisha.
Oh, she was your friend?
Yeah,
Oh,
she
I
was.
went to school with her.
Yeah, she's from Calexico, and
Yeah.
everybody knew her. And that night, I don't want to talk about it,
No, you're good.
but is she didn't make it, and it's just like just a story that sometimes I just want to keep it to myself. But obviously, I don't mind sharing it for this.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you outside camera.
Yeah, yeah.
But
No, I understand.
if you don't mind me asking, like, your accident, if that's something you're comfortable talking about, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm pretty open about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind talking about it and explaining, and, just because I don't remember anything.
Me too.
Everything that I know is because of the things that other people told me, my
Mm-hmm.
family, friends, coworkers, doctors, like that's all I know. I don't remember a single thing. I don't remember I don't remember what I did days prior my accident. I don't remember waking up the day of the accident, going to work that day. I don't remember anything. In matter of fact, I when I woke up, I was in an it's just a lot. I don't know where to start.
You know what? I don't mean to cut you off, but that happened to me. The exact same thing. What you just said. I don't remember anything.
Nothing, right? It's
Just
just
from
like,
just from what my parents told me and waking up and my dad just being next to me, and I was just confused, like very confused. And I just remember from prior to that and waking up in the hospital and whatever happened, the accident, I don't remember.
right? It's like if your brain is trying to protect you, like, you know what? Let's just forget about this. Like, you don't need this in your life. Let's just like erase it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel, because I don't remember anything. I remember just waking up one day and just like waking up in the hospital. I couldn't talk. I had the ventilator in my throat, like you can see it. Um, I couldn't talk. I had so many questions. I had no idea where I was, what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I remember some crazy dreams. But nothing was real. You know, it was just dreams, stuff in my head, I guess. So October 21st of 2023, last year, I already turned 1 year. I had an accident and I was working at the Border Patrol checkpoint on I-8. And the only thing that I know is that a vehicle was going 90 plus miles per hour, and he struck in my booth where I was working at, and that's all I know. The other things that I know is that I was bleeding out. I had internal bleeding, and my boyfriend at the time, I was working with him at the checkpoint, and he's prior military, so he knew what to do. He took care of me in that moment. He put tourniquets in my arm. He cut off my own uniform, because I was just bleeding. So he did that, and then I feel very lucky because we were at the checkpoint when the accident happened, and luckily for me, we had AMO, is the Air and Marine operations. So they were flying back from Phoenix, I think, from like doing an event or some
They
exercises.
were there.
They were flying over from
Oh, okay.
Phoenix, and so they heard on the radio that there was an accident at the checkpoint. So from Phoenix to Yuma, they were right there. They landed at the checkpoint, and they broke a window, I think, from the helicopter, because those helicopters are not made to transport, patients. So they broke the window or the door or something to fit in the bed where they put me and take me to the hospital. Me and another coworker were injured there. So they put us in the helicopter and they flew us to the Yuma hospital, where they kind of stabilized, my injuries and my bleeding. They just opened me up from like here, and they just packed me with like ice packs, and then they put me back in a helicopter and they flew me to Phoenix, because Yuma Hospital, I guess, is not like a trauma center. So they had to fly me here to Phoenix, and this is where I spent 2 months in an induced coma. That's where all the weird dreams come from. I spent 2 months. I woke up in December. It was almost 2 months. I woke up in December and confused. I didn't know what had happened. And sorry, I'm just trying to like think.
No, I know. Take your
It's
time.
just like, like, oh shoot, like this happened to me. So I woke up confused. I saw I was in a hospital. The I feel so I felt so sad back then because I had a ventilator, a tube in my throat. I couldn't talk. But I had so many questions, and people, my family were talking to me like you're okay, you were in an accident, I was just so lost. I didn't realize I didn't have an arm. I had lost my arm. During the accident, I'm gonna come up with the list. I I had a TBI. I I think I internally I lost a kidney, half of my liver, some of my small intestine. I broke my ribs, fractured my spine. I broke both my legs. I shattered my arm. That's how I lost my arm. It was just completely shattered. They couldn't save it. They were all open fractures, so they took skin graft from my thighs, and they covered my leg. This both legs. They covered both of my legs and my arm. So that that's I think that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just speechless. Like, just I don't even know what to say. Like, that's crazy. You know?
Yeah, I know. Honestly, I don't know. There has to be something wrong with me, because I feel like I didn't grieve, enough, or like I don't know if you're supposed to grieve or something when it's something that happens to you, but like as soon as I was able to talk, I was already making jokes and like, like I don't know if that's my way of coping with
Yeah.
with this, but even right now it already has been a year, and
Yeah.
I don't know, I like, am I supposed to feel sad or depressed?
Yeah,
I
that
don't.
that's how I feel when like my accident's been already 6 years,
Oh no.
and I mean the beginning too. Like I was just speechless. I don't know what to say. I was like, what's going on? I was confused. Like I just remember. I don't remember anything, and to this day, like I don't remember at all. And my
Nothing.
parents would ask me here and there, and I'm like, ma, pa, like I don't know. Like I just don't know. I've had dreams too where I've had like two headlights like just coming at me, but in a dream, but I can't see anything around me. I just see like just picture like the windshield and just two headlights just coming at you. And and it's crazy because like you're still confused about it, but like you said too, maybe God doesn't want you like to know about it. Maybe they just keep it away and like not remember at all. And sometimes like I just want to remember. I want to remember, but I just ignore sometimes. And when I go to the valley, like I pass through that area by IBC, that's where my accident was. And when I passed there, I just try to remember what happened. Like try to visualize to see what I can remember, or just like I get the chills every time I'm in that area.
Really?
Because that's where they told me that I was at, and I always try to remember, but I just gave up on it. And maybe, like you said, it was just something not to worry about.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, not you mentioned it was 6 years ago, so I shouldn't. I was expecting, like, I was like, oh, maybe in the future I'll remember something, but I guess it doesn't come back.
No, I mean, I honestly don't know what to tell you because I mean, I still try to remember sometimes, like I said, but I just don't. Like maybe it's just meant to be, not to remember,
Yeah.
and just keep it and just be happy that and blessed and thank God that we're here. And for you, thank God for you for you being here. And like after everything, like damn, dude, like that's crazy.
I know. I don't know. I mean, I'm very grateful. I mean, I feel like that day, my guardian angel was working OT or something because honestly, it's crazy, to think that I was bleeding to death, that I was just lucky to have my boyfriend there, that he knew what to do, and lucky that the AMO guys were flying by, that they were able to stop and take me. Because even the doctors in Yuma, I went to see them, and they were like, yeah, if you wouldn't have come here first, if you wouldn't have made it all the way to Phoenix. Like, you're lucky that they brought you here to stabilize you and then take you to Phoenix.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I was just so lucky. And I mean, that day, I don't, like I said, I don't remember anything. I'm just very grateful right now. I'm very grateful. My family, I have my mom in Calexico. My brother had just gone out of the military like a week before my accident. So I'm just like, I'm sorry I ruined your vacation, your retirement, I mean. My sister, she lives in Yuma. And I guess, that night, that day, everyone dropped everything to be by my side.
Yeah.
My Like, that's all I have. I have my mother and my siblings, and they were there. I'm very grateful for them. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for their help or anything. My mom always jokes, about like things in the hospital that I would do or say. She always says this. She'll tell you like, yeah, I remember. So I had the tube in my throat. It's a ventilator, so I could breathe. But they would take it out and they would put like a little thing so that I could talk. And my mom was like, yeah, like the first thing that you said when they put the thing in, can you bring me Starbucks? She's always saying that. And then my brother, of course, he's like, can you take this away from her? Like, can you take it off? Like, just shut up.
Did it mess up your like vocal cords or anything?
Yeah, so I went to a concert and I found out I can't scream or yell.
Oh no way.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, uh, I guess, yeah. And then in the mornings, I can feel, like a little, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, I mean, just that. I mean, that's the least of my problems for sure. But yeah, it's just weird. And I see pictures, I'm sure you've seen them. I put them on Instagram all the time, where I have like tubes in my throat. I have like feeding tube and a bunch of like stuff like cables in
Mm-hmm.
my for my blood or something. I was, connected everywhere.
How long were you in the hospital? Like fully, like.
I got discharged from Phoenix in January
Mm-hmm.
because my brother wanted me to transfer me to San Diego
Mm-hmm.
because the drive from Calexico to
Yeah,
Phoenix is like three
3.5
hours.
hours.
And then but the drive from Calexico to San Diego is only like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother transferred me to San Diego to Sharp to a rehab center, and I was in Sharp from January till May of this year.
Mm-hmm.
I got discharged in May. Uh, in San Diego, they taught me how to walk. I couldn't walk. I was in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
They taught me how to get dressed, how to shower, how to brush my teeth, do everything one-handed, how to eat, how to hang my clothes. They taught me everything. They helped me walk, and yeah,
How's it? Are you lefty or righty?
I was a righty,
Righty.
and I lost my right hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it? If you don't mind me asking, like, how is it? Like, how does it feel like to have this arm and have your, like to learn everything in the left?
Okay, so I'm still working on the writing. That's
Mm-hmm.
horrible. It feels so weird. It's not weird, but like it's hard. You
Yeah.
know, my mom is a lefty, and I'm like, how do you do this?
Yeah.
Like she eats. She's a lefty,
Mm-hmm.
and I can write. I can't hold. My fork like when I eat, or my spoon is like all crooked or
Yeah.
something. It's just so weird for me, and I mean, of course, it makes sense. I was a righty.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine just learning a whole new thing. You're
Yeah.
28 years old and you're barely learning how to write and
Mm-hmm.
do things with your lefty. Is just a whole new thing.
Yeah, one of my best friends, he's a lefty, and he writes nice, but like he has like that form. I'm like, dude, how you a lefty? And
Right?
everything, he's a lefty. When we go golfing, he's a lefty, and like fucking Hector, he's a lefty. He's like, oh, can I get the other golf club for the lefty? And I was like, dude, you're such a like bitch. But no, I wanted to ask, how do you change your arm? Because I noticed that when you went to the gym, you got back to the gym, didn't you?
Yes, I'm going to the gym. I actually have two prostheses. One is for the gym, which
Mm-hmm.
is, just manually, I manually, change everything. It has different, I should have brought it. It has different attachments that,
Mm-hmm.
if I want to do push ups, I have an attachment. If I want to lift heavy weights, I have another attachment. If I want
Mm-hmm.
to get like regular weights, like not that heavy, I have another one. That one's for the gym, and then I have this one. This is my myoelectric one. This one is connected. It has some electrodes inside that when I put it on, it's like a glove.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna show you. This one, it has electrodes inside that when I put it on, the electrodes connect to my leftover muscles that I have on my arm, and it's I don't know. It's weird to explain, but I don't know if it'll make sense. I have like a what is it? Is it a phantom limb or something where you can still feel that you have your hand?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have, and I guess that's what everyone has. So I still feel my hand. So in my head, if I open my hand, it's opening,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have a hand, right? But I guess the leftover muscles make a movement
Mm-hmm.
when I open it that the electrodes get, and the electrodes send the signal to the hand like, hey, she's opening, open it. I would turn it on, but I didn't charge it.
So you have to charge it every day,
Yes.
yeah.
Not every day. If I connect it like overnight, it's good for like 16 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't charged it in a few days. So it's dead today. So I just put it on for show. Um, but yeah, this one it just works, with my nerves,
Mm-hmm.
my muscles, whatever is left on my arm. And this is more like for my day-to-day, life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can eat, I can write with this. I can do a bunch of things. I think there's a video on my Instagram too where like I'm showing like that I can open, close, I can do this, I can do this. I can do a bunch of things. It's just that it's not a hand, it's not, it will never be the same, but it's something. Plus, I think I'm getting used to being, an amputee. I'm doing everything. Like I don't go to sleep with no prosthesis, right? I wake up with no prosthesis, and like I start my day with no prosthesis up until like I don't know if I really need it for something, I'll put it on. But most of the time, I'm not wearing anything because I'm getting used to life,
Yeah,
without my hand. I'm learning how to do things without my hand. I am doing all these things without my hand. So,
that's crazy. I mean,
yeah.
it's I've seen it like in pictures, and I've noticed that you've lived life now. You're happy doing your life. How did you? How did it? How long did it take for you to mentally heal and be like, okay, this is my life now, and I'm just gonna live it?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I'm supposed to grieve or something, but like within a week, I was, just making jokes. I realized I was missing an arm, and I was just like, so what?
Mm-hmm.
Like what do I do now? People feel bad for me, and I'm just chilling. I'm
Yeah,
like I feel bad for you.
yeah.
Like I I don't I don't feel sad. Like I said, I think there's something wrong with me because I don't feel sad or anything. It's a little sad when I think about like what I had
Mm-hmm.
that I don't have anymore. Uh, that's sad. But like me feeling sad about myself or my new life, like I don't feel sad. I don't feel anything. I don't feel bad for myself. I don't feel like lastima or anything.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just living life. I guess I accepted it like right away. Like my mom was very worried, about like how I was gonna react when I saw that I didn't have a hand.
Mm-hmm.
But I was normal. I was just like, oh shoot, like I'm missing a hand, you know. Um, but no, I mean, I don't know if like I feel like what if in the future it like hits me like all at once, like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you had an accident, you lost your hand, and you lost your dog, and you lost everything. Like, I feel like I'm not sure if I'll be ready for when that hits me. But right now is it doesn't crosses my mind. I don't know if it's because I don't remember anything.
It has to be that because I tell myself the same thing too, and sometimes I ask like, when will I remember? But I'm just so busy with my life that I'm constantly not even thinking about it. Just when someone mentions it, or when I go to the valley and I pass that area where it happened, that's when I think about it. But it took me a few months to like realize that, you know, I wasn't sad either. I was just confused. You're more like, I want to remember, but I don't remember, and I'm just like, how can I say? I just feel very like shocked and just blessed to that. Like I'm here, like okay, maybe it was a wake up call to me. Maybe it was something that a slap in the face and it get my shit back on track, or something that I need to work on myself. And maybe it was a sign from God that, hey, like cabron, liviante, get your ass up and do something. And I mean, to this day, I mean, my family, they don't bring it up, but there's been times conversations where it happened, and I always ask, like I asked my dad, like my dad, he got the phone call. So this is what they told me. I was in the helicopter. They flew me to Palm Springs, and I don't know. I can't remember who asked me or what happened, but I gave them my stepdad's number, and my stepdad got a phone call, and he called my dad right away. My dad just in chinga, he went to Palm Springs, and he was there with me, and that's what they said, that I remember my stepdad's phone number, and that's what I gave them, and um that's all I can remember, that like from what happened. But other than that, like I said, maybe it was just meant to be not to remember, and you live life like that and just move on with your day. And for me, I mean, I didn't have no, I didn't lose anything, so I don't know what it's like to feel that. But like, I want to give you your flowers and your respect, because you are who you are, and I, this is my first time meeting you,
Yeah.
but I know we're from Calexico, and it's Calexico number one. I know your personality is like a fun one. You know, like you seem like a very nice, sweet person, and it didn't change you. Like, did you ever had to fight that mentally? Whereas in like you have to be who you are and just move on with it, or like I don't know how to try to say the right words.
Yeah, I think I understand. Um, Honestly, I don't I don't know what's wrong with me. I keep saying that because I think this is not normal. To like live like the life like this. Before the accident, I was like this. Like, this is what you see, this is what you get. And then I had the accident, like something very traumatic. That most people wouldn't have. They would have just given up in life, I think. And I'm just the same person. I've always been very happy. I like to joke. I like to do these things. Is nothing changed me. I don't know why. I keep saying that. I keep thinking that it's because I don't remember a single thing. You know, everything. Yeah, everything that everyone told me, like everyone around me, is very traumatic. Like if I were to leave that, I would have been like, dude, like shit. But I don't remember anything. I don't know. And I just remember waking up in a hospital. And that's it. I don't remember bleeding out to death. I didn't have to see me bleeding out to death. I didn't have to like see me. Okay, this is something that I feel very horrible. I know it's not my fault or anything by any means, right? But my family, my siblings, they told me that they saw me in the hospital. The doctors told them that they could go in the room and say their goodbyes because I wasn't gonna make it. That I was gonna die. I was bleeding, and they couldn't find my internal bleeding, so they couldn't stop anything, right? So they told them that I wasn't gonna make it, and that they were allowed to go into the room and say their goodbyes. And my sister told me that they walked into my room just to see me wide open, because and they told me like it was like if I was in a movie. We go into the room and you are in a bed, and you have like this plastic sheet on top of you, kind of like a little thing, to cover you. And you're wide open from, like, you can see the scars from your chest all the way down. You're open and your organs are like just right there, and you're full of like ice packs. And we saw that. We saw you like that, and I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if I were to see someone, a loved one, like that. I wouldn't know what to do or how to like feel. I don't know. I'm just glad I didn't see that. I feel bad for my family that they had to see me like that. But you know, I think it's because I didn't see me like that. I don't feel bad or sad or anything. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. I'm just, trying to move on. It was a horrible, horrible accident. I literally lost everything. L- I lost everything. I had the perfect life, let me tell you. I had my dream job of being a canine handler. I had my dog. I had just bought my house. I I had, a loving boyfriend, back then. And this accident, like, I lost I lost my dog. I mean, they took him away, right? I lost my house. I was scheduled to close on my first house on October 25th, and my accident happened October 21st. So that didn't happen. They put it up for sale. So that my boyfriend, we broke up. Yeah.
Was it his choice, or you know, if you don't mind me asking?
Um, I think, yeah, it was. I think it was his choice. I don't want to like, say anything bad about him, because he was there with me in the hospital and everything. He saved me, literally. He put a tourniquet on me, and, he helped me. But, with time, you just start
Yeah.
losing people, when, and I don't blame him for anything. I try to understand, but I know it must have been hard. That day we we went to work together. We were working
Yeah.
in the same place. We were both working at the checkpoint, and for him to see me like that, like I bet it must have
Yeah.
been very hard for him. So I don't have
Can't imagine.
no hard feelings, no nothing. I mean, it's just life. I think at this point I have more important things to worry about than losing a boyfriend. But yeah, I feel like this accident, like, of course, I lost my hand. I feel like this accident completely changed my life. It destroyed everything. I'm working on like getting better and, building myself back up. It's hard, but I'm doing it.
And respects to you, like you're living life and
Yeah.
just like I said, move on and just be happy where you're at. So enough of all that.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm not tired of it, but like I just don't want to. Like, it's just something you can keep to yourself. Like to share it, cool, but to keep talking about it, okay, yeah, yes, do.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Cálmate.
yeah, and but like I said, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are very very happy and blessed to have you and see you here. And I noticed that you've gone. Would you go recently to a concert?
Yeah, I went to see people.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my friends. We came to Phoenix actually. And yeah, we went to see Pitbull, and that was like my first big thing after my accident. So yeah,
What's your next the next adventure?
my next one. Well, I have a surgery coming up, so I
Oh,
don't know about that. But I would love to go skydiving.
yeah, that's a goal of mine too. I've always wanted to do skydiving, and I told one of my friends too to come with me. And I don't mean to put him in the spot, but he's like the biggest, like fucking scaredy cat of heights. And I don't want to say it, but you know who he is. And I've always wanted to skydive. I know in Yuma they have one, and I've always wanted to do the indoor skydive first, and
Oh,
then actually skydive.
I didn't know there was a spot in Yuma.
I think it's still there. Last time I remember it was still there, but skydiving I know they have like an indoor skydive here, and I know San Diego they have skydiving too.
Yeah, I've done it once in San Diego, and I was so scared, honestly.
Yeah, can you breathe while you're flying?
Yeah, you can, but I was just I think it was more like I'm scared, like it was all
Yeah.
in my head. But honestly, it was just the jump. But then after that, it's just so pretty and nice. And then you're just like, oh yeah, like I was just being a big baby. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was cool. But I have a friend, so hopefully we can do we can jump, before everything goes to shit. So yeah, hopefully we can do that. And yeah.
Is this a friend or
No,
amiga?
yeah. Yeah, it's just a friend.
Are you getting back into the dating life or how is that working out for you?
I tried, but I mean, honestly, I don't want to be like conceited or anything, but before my accident, like I had a bunch of people like wanting to like go on a date with me or something. I would meet people at the gym, I would have guys come up to me and something.
What were the pickup lines?
Well, I had someone go and just be like, "Do you need help, loading or unloading?" And I'd be like, "Y yo como que estoy más fuerte que tú."
Yeah.
Like guys would like talk to me, like at work, at the gym, and I mean, I felt like good looking back then, and then after the accident, it's just like everyone disappeared. So I just feel like, oh shit, like
Yeah,
people.
fuck those guys.
I know. I was like, do people really care about the physical? Like I guess this like they're not ready to be with someone missing an arm or a kidney.
Yeah.
But I tried because I would like to meet someone that didn't know me before the accident, because now it's like, oh, this guy knew me before the accident. He knew what I looked like before, and what I look like now is like I don't want that. I want someone.
Yeah.
I want to meet people now, so they get to know me how I am right now.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, she used to be this, she used to be that, she used to look like this. So I've met a few guys. I've been on a couple dates, and it's been great. but I just feel like I don't know if like I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah. What do you
Like,
see in a guy? What's your like top five green flags in a guy?
well, I really like them when they just show interest, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because nowadays guys are just like they want the girl to like look for them and like reach out and do this and all that.
That's how she slid up on me.
You're like, I have flashbacks.
She messaged me and I'm just like,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like guys now they just don't want to put in the work,
mm-hmm,
and I feel like I'm old school. I haven't dated much. I got married at 18. I was married for 6 years, and before him I only had one boyfriend in high school, and then after my divorce I dated 3 times,
mm-hmm,
and I don't have much experience with dating, but what I know is from before.
mm-hmm.
It's not. I haven't dated anyone from like this generation.
Okay.
But when someone like is just like shows interest and they want to get to know you and like
Mm-hmm.
talk to you is just so nice.
Yeah.
And I've been on dates and it's just like so weird
Mm-hmm.
because they ghost you because
Yeah.
they expect you to be the one reaching out. But like, dude, like I'm like, I just came out from this accident. Like, I don't have time to like be reaching
Play
out.
games. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to reach out to me, like, I'll make time for you. I'll text back, or I'll let you know, like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
I'm busy, I'm at the doctor or something. But I don't have that on the top of my head. I don't have this like let me reach out to this guy
Mm-hmm.
because I need this. No, I'm working on myself. I'm okay by myself right
Mm-hmm.
now. Maybe in the future, if the right person comes in, then yeah. Um, but no, dating has been whatever.
Yeah. Dating. I mean, for us, when she slid up on me, I was in a relationship before, and I'm admit, like I fucked up. So it was, a breakup that it was kind of hard to get over. I was finally like starting to heal. I was trying to be, a better person for myself, and I was even trying to like date. Like I feel like the dating nowadays kind of sucks, and like you try to put effort in someone and they don't like put effort back. So it's like, why the fuck are you wasting your time? And like I was talking to someone before her, and I would like just I feel like my communication was like something that I had to make sure I was on, like make sure like, hey, like I text you later, or like, hey, how you doing, like just to know about your day. I was just like, I was finally starting to like move on, and like, what, like maybe I'll just, if someone shows me interest, I'll show interest. And but for me, like I was also scared because I have a kid, and I don't think someone's gonna want to be with me for having a kid. And I know it's a lot to take in. It's not just me that you're getting, but it's also another meaning me. And I understand like how step parents are, and dating with someone with a kid. It's very hard to take, and I feel like just some people couldn't handle it. Some people just, it's not for them. And for me, like I said, it felt very like scared to be with someone like that. And I don't have my son meet anybody, and it's not like I bring him around anybody else either. But it's just, I want to make sure that if I'm gonna have someone around him, it's gonna be someone that I want to be with. And I met Anna. Anna, I known her since high school, and we met each other. Well, I knew who she was because of her brother in Southwest, and I didn't know her. I didn't speak to her at all for all of these years, and we followed each other like a couple years ago, and we were like following each other, and she slid up on me. Well, actually, I slid up on her first, and she ignored me. Like she let me on scene or delivered,
Good job.
and then she lit up on me on my birthday night, and I was just like, like, yeah, whatever. And then something was telling me to message her back, and I was like, all right, let me see what's up. And ever since then, I found love, and I've been happy with her by her side. She's been a very supportive person. She's fought all my fucking demons that I had inside me. She's, to this day, she fights them all, and I can talk and on about her, but I'm just very blessed to have her by my side. And my son loves her. My brother, you know, likes her for me, and she's changed me into a better person. And I feel like if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be doing this. I probably would have been like who I am now. And I remember my dad told me, you know, it's gonna take a woman to change a man. And I'm like, you know, like I don't believe in that. But yeah, she's the one that she changed me, and I'm happy where I'm at, and I don't feel stressed anymore for like my day to day life was. And for me, I was very used to being on my own. You know, I was my daily routine, my daily schedule. Every day I come home, go to work, or I go to work, come home to the gym. I would cook for myself. I would clean up for myself, and like I would do everything here. And I was very comfortable just be by myself. And I had my kid over the weekends, you know. And it's to bring someone in my life again is just gonna be like I don't want to experience that anymore. Like that broken heart that I gave myself, the consequences that I faced through, and I just felt like I wasn't ready. But when it came to her, like it just felt right speaking to her, you know. And she's literally my best friend, and she makes me laugh and smile every day. And I went through something a couple weeks ago, and for 2 days I was just depressed. Like I was just broken. Like I want to go like I don't be exaggerated, but I was just very like depressed and stressed because I thought I had an opportunity to work at this place, and I didn't get it. So I well, I had to find another job, start working, get my ass back on track, and do something. And without her support and love that she gave me, like if it wasn't for her, I probably would have just just given up. Like fuck it, I'll work at somewhere else, ni pedo. But she gave me that strength mentally, like nah, like keep looking, or keep working on something. Like don't stop. Like she was that. She made me realize the type of woman she was. Like if I were to fall down, she was like, babe, don't worry about it. I got it. Same thing for me. Like, babe, don't even worry about it. I got it. And she was just been like I said, like a best friend to me who helped me, and I want to thank her. And I know, and I'm like I said, I'm very blessed to have met her.
That's
She's a very beautiful woman to me, and I always tell her too. Like there's like there's gonna be women out there that have a better body, better legs, all this that the guys want. But for me, it's like I don't want that because I already had my fun growing up. I had my fun. Now de cabrón, and I was going partying, this and that, and it was like me. I'm already a dad. I'm growing up. Like I just want to hustle. Like right now, I want to hustle now, work my ass off now, so I can enjoy my life in the future. And I'm not giving shit to people that are like partying, doing this and that right now. But for me, it's like I don't want to do that. I can do that later when I don't have to stress about anything.
yeah.
I have all the money in the world that I have in my pocket. I can have fun, not have to worry about shit the next day. My son, he has what he needs. He's with his mom. Okay, cool. Like I feel like after my accident, I have to enjoy life better. I have to experience new things. I have to grow mentally, and like doing this podcast. Like I wanted to do this podcast because I want to share the message to people too. Like whatever you go through in life is for a reason, and you learn from it. For me, like every day I'm still growing. And there's times like yesterday too. Yesterday I was stressed about something, but at the same time it's like I'm letting it out on my family when I shouldn't have. I have to be smart about it. And at the end of the day, I told her like, babe, I'm sorry for like not being like the normal me, because I'm always annoying her. I'm always just making the jokes, and I'm just that boyfriend. But yesterday, I know I wasn't myself, and she kind of she, I feel like I was pushing her away, and I didn't want to. Like, as you know what, I don't have to worry about that. I have to worry about now. And I gave her a hug. I told her, babe, I'm sorry for like how I was. It just this and that, and we kind of had a good conversation about it. And I'm just like, all right, like let's not worry about that no more. Let's just focus on tomorrow and the future and get you straight, get your things done. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I mean, like for me, we have 6 months going for 7 and many more. Hopefully, si Dios quiere.
La boda, la boda.
And no, she's like I said, it's just I feel like dating nowadays is hard, but when someone shows interest, it's like you have to put them through the test. And I'm not saying I put her through the test, but it's like she really showed interest in me, and I'm just like, all right, I guess, hey, what's up? And but yeah, I just like I said, I talked. She wouldn't leave me alone every day, But here we are.
That's great, honestly, because I feel like nowadays it's so hard
Mm-hmm.
to find a relationship like this because everyone it's like in their own world.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like doing their own things, they don't worry about like anybody else, they just don't want this. So that's really cool. And then you mentioned, like this, like, I feel like my accident was like a way for God to be like, hey, you need to chill, like, girl,
Mm-hmm.
chill. Because before, I would just like work, go to the gym, go home, and I would do that every single day. Even on my days off, I would be like, I'm gonna go OT because I'm bored.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't talk to my mom. I wouldn't call my brother. I wouldn't do anything. I was just like so focused on work, that all I wanted to do was be at work
Mm-hmm.
and, just learn and do things up until my accident. Then, I just have all this time, I'm always calling my mom. I'm always like sending memes to my sister and,
Mm-hmm.
messaging my brother. So I feel like God was like, you need to chill for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's been great, honestly. I feel like now I have like all this time to like spend with like the ones that I love
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like what if I died what if I had died that night, like for what? There was nothing,
Yeah.
for people to remember me. Like I just died. And what if like now I get to like spend and time with my family,
Mm-hmm.
make memories, or build something or like at least leave a message behind.
Yeah.
Like if I can do that, then great. Even right now I'm just like I don't have a boyfriend or anything, but I'm like I kind of want a baby now because
Mm-hmm.
like at least if something happens to me, like at least my family or my loved ones can have someone to love,
Yeah.
if something were to happen to me.
Yeah.
But it's just like all these things I never thought about it before. I was just so focused on myself, like I said, in my own, my own little world,
Mm-hmm.
that now it's just like, what if something had happened to me that night?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do I leave behind? Nothing.
Yeah. No, I get you, and it's kind of hard to adapt sometimes, but you just realize like life is just can happen any day, any moment, anytime.
Yeah.
And for me too, I just love doing new things. And the other day, we've been in the home for like a couple of days, like maybe like we haven't had a date in a while. So I told her, I was like, babe, you know what? Let's just I have a camera. Let's go take some pictures, and we did. We went out. I took her to this Tempe Town Lake, and we had a nice day to ourselves. And I like taking pictures. I like using the camera. I like taking pictures, and I was taking pictures of her the whole night. And there was a couple there. She was like, "Hey, like go take pictures of them." And me being like, "Oh no, like I don't want to. What if I mess up?" Or like I was just very shy. And I was like, "Nah, babe, nah, stop. Like no, come on, do it." And I was like, "All right, fuck, fine." And then I started taking pictures, and I took a picture of this couple that I think they had homecoming night. It was some kids, and I took pictures of them, and I was like, "Wow, I took this." And I even showed her. I was like, "Damn, like that's good." And then I was like, "All right, I could take pictures. I'm gonna start doing that." And I want to take little pictures here and there. I just love it. Something that little hobby I like to do, something new to try.
Yeah.
And this also podcasting. Like I just thought I never got into it, but for a couple of years, I've always wanted to have a podcast. And I'm late to the game because there's a bunch of podcasts already, like everywhere. But it's for fun, Like I like
Yeah.
doing it, And me and my brother, and we did this. Me and my brother did this podcast because we love to talk about movies, pop culture, what's going on. Okay, and we were just like every time we watch a movie, we like to give a reaction to it. Like, oh, what you think about this movie? Like the other day we watched Venom 3, and then we're like give that shit a 6 out of 10. And I was like, yeah, I give it a 7. Like we give our honest reaction. If you meet my brother, like his personality is like the best. Like I like when we speak about movies, when we speak about sports and everything, and he makes the podcast more interesting. He's funny,
Yeah.
like he's just that kid, and
Mhm.
that's why I'm happy to do it with him. And I also have my best friend Hector. I put him in the podcast because, like, you know what? Me and him, we first thought about it, doing a podcast, and It was just something that we had to go through and went through, and we put it for a pause. And I was like, and I told my brother, I was like, I want to bring him in because like originally it was just supposed to be me and him. Now that you're here, it's like okay. And I tried it more with my brother. Like we tried podcasting with different like camera materials, different speakers, and it didn't work. And I almost gave up. I was like, nah, fuck, I'm not doing it no more. But I kept doing it, and now I'm here with episode 9 with you, episode 10, episode 9 or 10, I think. And it's just fun. Like it's fun to talk to meet new people, talk about new things, and like I said, it's just fun. Hopefully it goes big or not, but I'm still gonna continue doing it, and trying new things. It's fun. And you to like experience life now is like you're gonna enjoy it more because like all right, I should have done this before. I should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah.
And we went to Sedona for my brother's birthday, and it was her first time, and it was my second time, but it was my first time actually in Sedona. And the river there is just amazing. Like the whole scenery is amazing. And I told her that I want to take you during winter because during winter it snows up there, and it's just beautiful view. Like Sedona is just the place to go during the winter.
I never been to
Oh, you
Sedona.
have to.
I seen the pictures and it looks so pretty.
It looks way better in person. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to add it to my list. I have a whole itinerary now.
Yeah. Like, do you like the snow? Do you like winter?
Yeah, I like the snow. That's why I want to go up north. That's why I wanted to transfer up north
To
because
what
I like
state?
this. I don't know, maybe like Washington. That's what I was thinking, but not anymore.
I've always wanted to visit Oregon. Oregon's been a state that I've just randomly I would just want to visit it because I know they have like a bunch of that green scenery with like the trees and then the weather. Like I just want to. This is one of my places to visit. My goals and Japan. Japan is my other place I want to go.
Japan is my dream.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go next year.
I told her for my
Yeah.
birthday I want to go to Japan. That's all I want. I don't care what else I want. I just want. I know it's gonna be expensive, but like, hey, I want 2 tickets to Japan, and we're going to a trip over
Yeah,
there.
you should. You should. Yeah, my sister went to Japan and then I saw the pictures and then she told me she loved it. She told me that's the place that she would go back. And I want to go. I want to go. I want to see everything. I want to spend there a whole month or something.
Yeah.
I just, I'm so excited about that.
I have a buddy of mine who's over there, and I think it's the second time that he's gone, but I want to go for Disney. That's all I want to go because I heard it's so cheap. Universal Studios is so cheap, like everything's just cheap over there.
Yeah.
And I heard it's very clean, it's very beautiful. It's the whole like the food there is just amazing. Like
Yeah.
it's worth to visit.
Yeah.
And I hope one day I get to go.
Yeah, one day. We'll go.
We'll go. And then but yeah, you gotta visit Sedona. Sedona's
Yeah, I mean
it's a very
that's
beautiful place.
That's close, so baby steps. I'll probably go. My brother went, and I just seen the pictures, and it looks so pretty. But now that you mention, that it snows there, I wonder if it's gonna look more like pretty.
Prescott, have you heard of Prescott?
Yes.
Prescott Valley, I think last year, the year before, I had like over 8 inches of snow, or I think more than that. But I seen a video. It looks scary, but everything just like snowed everywhere. It's like snowing down on the trees. It's a very nice place, and just to go in the winter. And us like from growing up in the valley where it's hot all year long, no inch or not even a speck of ice falling down. But to visit the snow is like something that we love because we're not used to seeing.
Yeah.
And I love the snow. I personally love the snow because growing up, I would go to San Diego, visit the snow. To see the snow there, sledding down. And I was like, I want to go somewhere where it's actually snowing.
Yeah.
And I love the cold. Like I have to, even during the winter, have a fan on and 2 cobijas on, window open. I think that's the best sleep ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one of my goals this year to go. I want to go to the snow.
Awesome. Yeah. I like the snow too, but I wanna go up north, but I don't know if how I would live with the snow, like shoveling and all that, like in one arm now. Like imagine how hard that's gonna
Just
be.
get a little more right there.
I know. Yeah, that'll be great.
Or when you have a
honestly.
boyfriend or husband, hey, that's his job,
I know. Hopefully by that time I do have someone, so he can help me.
Yeah. No? Anything you want to ask?
No, I just want to thank you for having me. It's really great, that you invited me to come. It's amazing. You know, it's really awesome to like meet people like you that have these platforms that you want to use it for people to hear my story and my experience, and my struggles and all that. So I'm very thankful, for having me.
No, and thank you for coming too. And like I said, I I want to share like the message to people out there, like whoever's watching, because maybe they went through something too, like what you experienced, went through, and they handle it different from what you did. Maybe if they were to see this video of you or like whatever the message is, they're gonna be like, you know what, she looks happy, I can do it too, and that goes. I want that, like that's why I like the podcast, because I want to share the message to everybody,
Yeah.
and it's something fun, like I said, to do,
Yeah.
and meeting new people, experiencing new people, because life is too short, and you can go away anytime, any day, and whenever.
Yeah.
But now it's like I feel like you just have to live life, experience new things, because that's how you're gonna grow. That's how you change. That's how you become a better person. Because I told her too, like the person I was back then, if I can see him, I would beat the living shit out of him. Now I'm a happy person. I'm a happy man who I am now, and I I'm happy that I went through all this shit that I went through, and it didn't change me. I'm still the person I am. I still love to make jokes. I still love to make people laugh, and I like to be that person, just to be there for you whenever you need it. You need me. And coming from a small town, Calexico, sometimes like you just have to grow and move out. And for you, once you move out, it's like you're gonna miss the valley, but you're happy at a new place and you're just growing mentally. And some people won't experience that, some people will, but it's just, I think it's you who you fight. Like sometimes, like I said, you get stuck in the valley and it's very hard to leave. But for me, like it wasn't hard, but it was just like I have to do it. I have to go. I have to make money somehow, and the career that I've chosen for myself is something I have to live through. Yes, I can go back to school. Yes, I can do something else, but I have other plans that I want to do. But it's just something that I keep to myself. I don't have to show it off or anything. It's just work in silence and improve in silence.
Yeah.
And but for you, like I said, I want to give you your flowers, Karla, and thank you for coming. I respect you. You're a very special person to be here in Earth. And like I said, I just hope you find the right one and grow. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And I know you have a 3.5 hour drive back. That's why I wanted to keep
I
it short.
know. I know.
I know we could have, kept talking. I know you want to have a podcast with her.
I know. Next time it's gonna be just us.
And I told her too, I was like, you should have a podcast, just do it
Yeah.
yourself, and I'll help you edit, I'll help you film. And
Yes.
my girl, she has great conversation. She can speak for like hours,
Yeah.
and she's,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
why every day is not boring with her,
Yeah.
and it's just like every day is just something new that we talk about. I always ask, she was asking me how work was, and I ask her how work is, and she's my best friend.
Oh.
Um, but anyways, Karla,
Yeah.
thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Hope you have a safe drive back.
Thank you.
Hopefully next time we have an episode 2. See how if anything improved or changed
Yeah. Hopefully.
with
I'll
her,
have-
with Anna.
Yeah. We can do like a follow up or something.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
this is what I've done.
Yeah, and then if you plan on visiting again, let us know ahead of time. We can probably just go up north. Go
Oh,
go somewhere
yeah.
out there, because it's very beautiful. You have to visit it.
Yeah.
Visit it. You have to visit. So
Yeah, I mean, I really want to. I've seen the pictures of like Sedona, and that's like one of the places that I would like to. And it's not far. So,
no, it's like an hour or two, like from here. But it's just a straight road.
Yeah?
Everything there is just a straight road, and they have the horseshoe bend. I think it was like that river that's like looks like a horseshoe.
Oh, really?
They have it up north. I think it's up north,
Nice.
if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, whenever you come,
Awesome.
let us know.
Yeah, yeah. I'll let you guys know. Then maybe in the future, after my surgery and all that, we can have a follow up episode.
And with her podcast,
Yeah.
she's gonna come up with one. Watch.
Yeah, you should do it. You should do one. Come up with a good idea, and then we'll just come up with a sketch or something.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But again, thank you, Car, for coming.
Thank you.
Hope to see you
Thank
again
you
sometime.
for having me. Yeah.
And I hope you have a safe drive back. Well, anyways, guys, thank you for enjoying this episode with Miss Karla. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at the Cambros Podcast. And if you want to follow, what's your Instagram?
Karla X Lozano.
Like Susanna, I'll put it up. And give her a follow, guys. She is not looking for love right now, but just keep in touch.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Karla. All right.